Mike, in your email, you said that because of the width of the information you were seeing on the spectral display, you were questioning whether or not the radio was actually in RTTY mode and suggested it might be an SSB. So let's take a look at the screen here. Let the light catch up, and you will see that it is indeed in RTTY mode. But one of the things that you hadn't considered is right down here at the bottom. You see where it says filter. Let's push that button in, and you'll see that the filter setting number 1 is 2.4 kilocycles wide. And let's take a look at DM780, and yes, you're right. It's a really wide spectral display. But let's go back to the radio, and we'll go back to the filter settings, and let's go to filter 2, which is 500 hertz wide. 500 hertz wide. Let's go back to DM780, and yes, right there you've got what you described in your screenshot is from about 1900 to 2500, which is exactly as you described. But let's go back to the radio and go back to the filter settings, and let's go to the third filter setting, and you'll see that it's 250 hertz wide. Let's go back to DM780, and you'll see that that's really narrow, just barely wider than the RTTY signal itself. One of the things that concerns me, however, is when I transmit, and you had mentioned this, that here you'll see that I'm dead on 2210. Let me readjust. 2210 there, and 2210 here. But when I go to transmit, it appears that the signal is centered right around 1500. Why, I don't know, but it's got to be a software issue as well. When I'm properly tuning in a RTTY signal, or when I'm transmitting from MMTTY, everything is off where it should be, centered around 2210. Why it's centered on 1500, I don't know, other than possibly because the spectrum is 3000 hertz wide. 1500 happens to fall right in the middle, even though the audio of the mark and space are actually correct. So there you have it. Hopefully this will explain it much better than I could have in words.